Anyway, I'm in a little bit of a dire position. I'm gonna try to get back. Enemies kind of respawn pretty quickly, so I might not survive. Wait. Prediction. This asshole is gonna shoot me right in the back. I'm gonna friggin' die. Alright. There you go.
Let me guess. The next thing you're about to say is, I'm gonna shoot this guy in the back.
That's what he said. That's probably what he said. Well, you are gonna help me survive. I have to actually go here and find out that the door is locked before I go back.
Because of that one character, this game is already a Coomer game compared to Kingsfield 4.
Yeah, I know.
Kingsfield 4 is like I think it's got like David Bunch, and it's got like
it has the one and only David Bunch,
and it has it's all men, I think, and they're all ugly and nondescript. And there's one female elf, I think, but she's wearing a complete head to toe dress.
Oh yeah.
There's no Coomer at all in that game. It's gone. Zero.
I love how
can't get any Coomer in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, like no one on Earth will be brave enough to do this ever again. But I love how in Souls, all the waifus, and even in Bloodborne, are just decked out in full plate armor.
I know.
And you can't even see their faces. You can't even tell that they're female.
No. I just want to dunk on Coomers.
Yeah.
FromSoft will tend to do that, except
it's
for
worth
sometimes.
It sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
She calls me it while talking to me.
Yeah.
Your pronoun is it.
Oh, okay. I'm it now. Guess I'm an it. An itty. An itter. An itto.
I wonder if anyone on Twitter has it as their pronoun in their bio.
That would be based.
Oh man.
It's gonna be it.
Dangerous.
That.
Gold. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The sound. I don't get why this like room makes that sound. It just like it sounds like one of the default wait, I'll turn up the volume so you can hear it. It's like it sounds like one of the default Streamlabs like notification sounds. Let me show you.
What?
No, it's not this one. It's this one. Wait.
That thing?
Bling, bling, bling. Wow. Yeah.
It sounds like Skype. So glad that's gone.
Remember all the overproduced notification noises from all those?
I hate Skype. I hate the sound. Everything about Skype. It's horrible. Glad it's gone.
I really like the MSN notification sound though. Like a nice little bassy doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Like you almost liked hearing it.
Yeah, I remember having to use MSN Messenger back in the day. Oh my god, dude.
MSN Messenger had so many features.
Remember like ICQ?
Yeah.
That one with the flower?
Oh yeah.
And then oh my god. Before that, people had to use like news groups.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, they're still there. You ever look at the old Google News groups?
Yeah, they're all still there.
They're awesome, man. There's ones talking about how, listen, you guys don't have to worry about Nintendo in the future. The PC Engine has basically wiped out Nintendo in Japan. That's serious. That exists. Like, it's awesome stuff. It's like you need to look back and get the perspective to understand that. If you want to look at, if you're talking about video games now,
damn it, dangerous.
You should just modulate what you're saying now about video games. Modulate it as though it's 30 years from now, and think about what you're saying. If you look at old discussions about video games now, and if you look at old news groups discussions that were saved, they were arguing about hardware. But if you go on retro video gaming things, they're talking about games, not the hardware. Ever notice that?
Yeah.
If you go on VR, nobody's complaining that the Super Nintendo is stronger than the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever says that ever anymore. It's just not. There's
well,
no
it doesn't
point.
matter.
No.
The Genesis was stronger than the Super Nintendo, but who cares?
It doesn't matter now. When you go back and look at it, no one ever thinks about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I try to do now, is try to pretend I'm looking at it and pretend that what I'm saying is in a Google News group.
Oh, yeah.
So that I don't sound stupid.
Uh-huh.
So that if you think about it,
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, is what you're saying going to sound stupid in 30 years?
Yeah.
Most console war stuff will sound stupid, because if you look back at all of it, everybody's arguments were pointless because nothing had to do with the games. And look, what console is dominating right now? The Switch. It's absolutely landsliding everything.
Yeah.
And it's the weakest one by far. It's basically a slightly advanced PS3.
Yeah.
And it's destroying everything.
The Switch is weak, and I also hate it.
Yeah.
I hate the Joy-Cons.
What dominated last gen? If we consider last gen to be PS3, let's pretend, right? Because it's still up in the air now with PS5 and Xbox Series X. PS4, before that, PS3, 360, Wii. What won the Wii? It absolutely. They put a Wii in everyone's house.
Yeah.
And it's a GameCube.
Uh-huh.
Right. What was the most powerful console before that? The most powerful of the three was the GameCube before that, and it failed.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason for it to be that powerful. They couldn't sell any. And what sold? The PS2. The weak, nasty one with the glitchy games. Did absolute gangbusters. At best, there's only a tenuous relationship between hardware and sales. At best.
Yeah.
And most often, it's actually the inverse. The weakest console wins. I don't know why this is, but it is often the case.
Sometimes it's cheaper, but in the case of...
Sometimes I don't know why. It's just this thing that happens. It's just, for some reason, I
mean, the PlayStation, that one makes sense, because it came at the perfect time when, no one was seeing the appeal of the Saturn, and it was priced amazingly. It set a new bar for the price, and really cheap 3D CD games right out of nowhere.
Yeah, and yet when I think of huge adventures, huge games, big games, I think of the PlayStation.
Yeah. Not
the N64. The N64 has fantastic...
Well, that's because I had CD, though.
Fantastic classic games on the N64, okay? That I play to this day still.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But when I think huge adventure and RPGs and groundbreaking gold standard setting for things, I often think of the PlayStation. Even though it was the shittier hardware.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
Okay, what was I... Yeah. I was going to buy some healing items.
Same thing with PS2. Same thing with the Wii. Same thing with... See, it's weird with the Wii U.
Oh, whoops.
There's a weird in-between now, because what do you consider... Do you consider the Wii U to be the competitor to the PS4 and the Xbox One?
PS4 and X. Well, not really. I think it's I think of it as a late light competitor to
it's kind of like,
PS3
so
and
the
Xbox
The
360.
Wii U is kind of like a Sega CD.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
like
weird
that.
in-betweeny thing.
Uh-huh.
It's so confusing because I don't know to compare the Switch to the PS4 or the PS5. I think the Switch is kind of like
Oh.
the Switch. If we forget about the Wii U, it makes sense. Like if we say that the PS3 went up against the 360 and the Wii, everybody believes that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then if we pretend that the Wii U didn't happen, then we have Switch versus PS4 versus Xbox One, which seems to make sense in my mind.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about Switch Pro. And if the Switch Pro comes out and it has exclusive games to the Switch Pro, and it's called something like the Super Switch or something like that, like an actual sequel to the Switch,
Right.
it will be a competitor for the PS5
Yeah.
and Xbox Series X. Like, that's how I imagine it. And the Wii U is
If it-
just the weird
if
Sega CD to the Wii.
Yeah. If it's branded as a new console.
Yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want a Switch Pro or if I want a new console right now with the Switch. I don't know. I don't know what I want, really. Switch has been good for... So the Switch has been good for what's on it and what you can play. The Switch itself is horrible.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, like the games on it, like especially re-releases of old games are incredible.
Yeah.
You can play everything on that thing.
I know, it has a huge variety of things to play, but, hardware is really slapdash and not. Hopefully Nintendo, well, basically everything internally from Nintendo, and Reggie Fils-Aimé even said this after he quit. He said that the Switch was make or break for Nintendo. Like, you had to get this working and sell a lot now or it's friggin' dunzo.
Yeah.
So I bet you the hardware is really rushed, not thought out, which it feels like it's not. And its success is one of those things where it's a 20% a fluke, 80% Nintendo magic.
Yeah.
Kind of like the 3DS. The 3DS was a friggin'
Well,
butthole sucker
it's
when it
actually,
started, and then it just
yeah,
brute forced its way into being awesome.
it's actually kind of simple. The Switch was something that people wanted.
Yeah.
Whether that was intentional or not, whether they actually nailed it or whether it was just a fluke.
There's a possibility that they didn't know.
Yeah,
they just made it and accidentally made some people want it because they usually can't.
Yeah. But I wanted that thing as soon as I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the Wii U should have been.
Yeah.
And it kind of was until it broke.
Yeah, I knew the Switch was designed in 5 seconds as soon as I put it in the dock and the dock scratched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was designed in 5 seconds.
Basically.
Yeah. Wow, this was designed in a weekend. This was designed by Iwata 3 days before he died. This was designed by Iwata when he was on his deathbed and high on morphine. Bro, get this. What if the dock scratched the screen? Wouldn't that be cool? What if the screen had a huge bezel that looks ugly as hell and just... Dude, that's based, bro. What if these extremely low-profile analog sticks had sensors in them that were so bad that a little speck of dust would screw it up, and no matter how many times you cleaned it, the dust just got back into it.
Yeah.
It's like, what if we did that? Cool.
I think your like left Joy-Con is beyond saving.
It's horrible. You can't even... I play games now with the D-pad. I use the D-pad more now. I avoid the analog stick altogether.
That's cool.
That's why I'm thinking about getting one of those SN30 Pros. Because I need a controller that has analog sticks and all the functionality of the Switch, except has a home button. So I need that now.
You know, that I never really thought about that, because I have the SN30, like, regular.
Yeah, but I need that for the analog sticks, the Pro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it never occurred to me that that's probably the best solution.
Yeah, I know.
Just a good third-party controller.
That has...
Nintendo can't do it anymore.
No, you can't rely on Nintendo to make a controller. The Switch Pro controllers drift, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, they have the same thing. They drift too.
Well, I wasn't going to get a Pro controller because it has a bad D-pad.
Yeah.
And I use the D-pad for, like, platformers and stuff.
Yeah, I basically need a third-party controller that has all the functionality of the Switch Joy-Cons now. basically, because I just need to replace them. And I'm not buying new Joy-Cons because they all drift. They didn't change anything.
Yeah.
We're still using the same hardware. Nothing. They haven't updated anything about the Joy-Cons since it released.
Mm.
There's no specific SKU number you can get that has the fixed Joy-Cons. They're all the same.
Yeah. It's kind of
They will all
wild.
drift, guaranteed, in like 2 years, at least. And then once it starts, you can clean it. I clean them with alcohol. Q-tip and alcohol underneath the skirt of the analog stick thingy. When you lift it up, I clean it there, and then it's good for about. When I first started drifting, I cleaned them with the alcohol and a Q-tip, and it was good for like 6 months. I was like, oh, I fixed it, and then it starts again, and then I cleaned it with the alcohol and the Q-tips, and then it was only good for like 3 months, and then I cleaned it again. It got bad. I cleaned it again, and it was only good for like 2 weeks.
Starting to happen for me too.
And then it was only good for 2 weeks, and then I was like, oh, I'll clean it again, and then it was only good for a few days. And now, last time I cleaned it, it was only good for a few hours.
Oh, man.
Now it's like, if you want to play, you have to get the alcohol out and clean it to play for like an hour and then put it away. It's gone. It's totally gone. I don't know why is that like that.
You know, I think,
PS4 controller feels fine though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the rubber on the sticks is all gone, but
I'm starting to not care.
It's
about
still
that too
just
much.
as sensitive as ever. Yeah.
Like I've been using my 3DS with the rubber gone off the thing forever, and I like it now. The way it feels without it. I also like. I'm starting to like plastic analog sticks again. Like I'm starting to like the Dreamcast one.
Oh
Just the hard plastic. Just screw it. Don't even bother with the rubber. It's just gonna get grimy and weird anyway.
Oh
Starting to like the idea of just a hard plastic analog stick. Just saying screw it. Because they all start to feel like shit over time, right?
Oh, okay.
I probably wouldn't mind those analog sticks with all the rubber off them.
Yeah.
Now that
I've been thinking about just releasing analog sticks without rubber for a while. It would be fine, probably.
Yeah, it's fine on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It's fine on the 3DS without the rubber pad thing. Yeah, it's fine. I don't even notice.
Okay, this guy's a little rough. How's my HP doing?
There's nothing worse than picking up a controller and, I'm going to play this controller. And the analog stick is grimed.
Ooh.
You know how it gets like sticky and...
I know. It's my GameCube controller every time.
Ooh. Why does that happen?
Has something to do with the rubber. Oh shit.
Dreamcast had it figured out back in 1999. Plastic analog stick, baby. Yeah.
I wonder.
Let's get down.
I wonder if when I wait, is this the? Yeah. If I wonder when these guys are like spitting acid at me, if that's classified as magic or not.
That's something I always wonder. I wonder that a lot in Kingsfield too.
Yeah.
Like, what is this to attack? What is it classified as? Like, it's hard to say.
Okay. Yes. The
What's
little
that?
bow staff. Look at this. A weapon from the Far East.
Is this a
It's a staff.
The staff of Bolactrix.
Yeah.
What is this? I wish we could meet Franklin here at some point.
Yeah. The neat thing about Shadow Tower is Kingsfield is pretty obsolete. Like you might as well make a Souls game.
There's no point in making Kingsfield anymore, I know.
But you could make a sequel to this game.
Yeah.
It's like it's got different mechanics. It's got mechanics that weren't brought over into Souls.
Imagine if there was a first-person mod for Souls.
There might be.
To turn into Kingsfield. In Souls games, there's usually a king. And you're usually in his field.
Yeah.
I'm king and this is my field. Welcome to it. The name is probably derived from the fact that they are working on a 3D game. Like, Japanese people have weird ideas about what to call 3D. They probably called it Field.
Right.
Because Kojima said that the Solid in Metal Gear Solid was a reference to the fact that it was 3D.
Oh,
So, like, it's solid objects. Like,
that's strange.
yeah, that's what he said.
That is very strange.
Yeah. So, like, maybe King's Field, the field is a reference to the fact that it's 3D. Because King's Field came out when 3D was, like, brand new. Like, a new idea.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man, wasn't that, like...
It's long time
When
ago.
was that? Like...
It was right around the release of the PlayStation in Japan, so it could have been, like, 1995
Yeah, it was a
or
launch
6.
game for PlayStation.
Wasn't it in Japan? I don't
Uh-huh.
remember, but it looks
So that would have been really,
it
really
looks,
early.
It looks horrific,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
Yeah, the first game is like... Man... No, there's no aesthetic in that game.
No, there's no art style at all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They were just, you know, pushing it really hard to get any
Yeah.
polygon. They were knitting those polygons together with string.
Yeah. There's friggin' love in every stitch
Yeah.
in that game. That damned kingdom.
All right.
That's every FromSoft game now should have an opening narration done by a guy, done by one of the janitors, and you beat him senseless and then make him do the narration so he's really angry. That damned kingdom. Dang. I hate everything.
Yeah.
This world is dead.
I'm thinking they used a developer to voice that because they cared about it. That's why they sound so angry. You.
Yeah. This game should have started off with the narrator saying, You.
Oh yeah.
You have
Yep.
arrived.
You step in this sticky stuff and it turns into King's Field 4.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think this is where the key is. Could be. There's gotta be something here, right?
Leave this place. There's nothing for you here. This world deserved to be destroyed. This damned world. Damn it all. And he looks up and the sky is like a...
You will lose your kuni. All of it.
over and over. This entire planet is
That's
a black crap sack of dripping red madness.
yeah. The currency in this game is cunny.
I know. And then NPC is just like some guy who lives there, wearing, he's just all gray.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a family in King's Field 4 trying to live in this house. And it's just this girl sitting outside the house, standing there. And there's a sickly looking thin dog that she's playing with.
Oh yeah.
And it's just gray.
Yeah, I remember
Everything's
that.
gray and brown.
Uh-huh.
And they're living a few feet away from a graveyard. There's a graveyard built into the side of the house.
Yeah.
She's playing there with the dog.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how her mom's sick and her mom's just in bed.
Uh-huh.
Alone. This bad looking house is horrible. God.
Okay, I've forgotten where my thing is. Oh,
The people in this world, in Shadow Tower world, probably
no.
they
don't.
probably all have graveyards inside their houses. And the basement is the graveyard.
Yeah.
And,
Oh man, the world outside this must be.
the family dog is all bones
If people
and gray and has
yeah.
gray eyes
if
and
people
doesn't bark ever. Doesn't say anything, no sound.
yeah. That's a major flaw in this game. The characters have eyes.
I know. It sucks. King's Field, traditionally characters don't have any eyes. It's just the texture of darkness around where their eyes are.
They don't have a face texture. Like in the early ones.
I know.
Maybe I'm missing something.
I like that too.
Oh, shit.
I like that. The characters just their face is like basically their face amounts to two dark splotches around their eyes.
Mhm.
Doesn't have no visible eyes, just dark splotch texture on their face.
Makes it look more hopeless.
I know.
Bad vibes.
I know, getting bad vibe from everything. And then you beat Kingsfield 4, and
I'm not gonna accept that there was nothing
the
here.
little ending cutscene is like a second long. It doesn't even show you anything being better. It's just, you're done. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like in Souls. They don't even show you what happened.
I don't know. Maybe everything's better. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to know if things are fixed.
You don't deserve context. Oh my god. These guys are respawning like right away.
They'd give you context if they thought for a second that you deserved it, but you don't, so.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in Yahtzee's review for Demon Souls a long time ago, he said, like, clearly a game that takes away, when you die, takes away half your health and then only gives it back to you once you've proven you don't need it, is not fucking around.
Yeah. I know. I know.
That's what Yahtzee said. You get your health back once you've proven to the game that you don't need it. You can beat the boss without it, you can have it back. Clearly this game is not fucking around.
Well, I've proven to this game that I'm not worthy.
Is that it for Shadow Tower today?
Today, yep.